Hello and welcome to another ACY Securities daily report video. My name is Alistair Schultz and I'm going to be your host through today's trading journey. In the first thing that I'm looking at for today, we've got the UK annual budget, which has a tentative announcement in terms of timing, but so far it's estimated to be about 12:30 PM GMT time zone. Now, looking at what's going to be coming from this budget, we have the Chancellor, who is on the screen behind me. He is going to be speaking about where they're going to be planning to put their spending over the next couple of months towards the next year. So it does give us a bit of an idea on where the UK expects to see themselves progressing. Now, in this instance, we are going to be focusing very heavily on taxation and on stimulus. Both of these have been in the play for some time. We've not been able to implement any tax in a number of different countries just yet because we don't want to offset the opportunity or the chance that we might have for the recovery efforts to end up backtracking, which would end up putting a much bigger hole in the pocket for the UK government. So at this stage, we're slated to expect, and most analysts are expecting, and economists as well, I might add, are expecting to see more economic support for the likes of small to medium enterprises and furloughed workers. Now, whilst that might be the main focus, it's probably not going to be the only area of government support and assistance that will move forward. We'll probably end up seeing those workers who are without work as well receiving some form of additional wages to go towards them until they get back on their feet. Now, the big question really remains around taxation. We've spent a huge amount of stimulus across every nation on the planet to try and get the economy kick-started back into gear again. Now, this is the time that we're starting to actually see the UK starting to recover a little bit, and they probably are already thinking, and we know that from taxation, that they are thinking about how we're going to recoup some of those costs that we have had to outlay over the last 12 months. Now, the two areas of focus on taxation that I'm going to be keeping my eyes on is corporate tax and on capital gains tax. So those who might be just doing investments are now going to get hit as well, whether that be from property or from stocks or any other thing along the way. They're likely going to be getting some sort of hit to the capital gains side of things. Now, on the corporate side of things, at this point in time, I believe it's about a 19-20% tax rate in the UK. There has been speculation that that may jump to about 23%, potentially higher. Now, obviously, this does impact people's living expenses. It impacts their ability to survive and increases living costs. So this means overall it is not such a great circumstance for investors and it's not good for the currency. But right now, we're not expecting that tax announcement to be implemented today. What we are expecting to see happen is that we end up getting some form of further economic stimulus or support to help the economy continue on that recovery process. Rishi, the guy that's involved, the finance minister in the UK, is not wanting, and he must know that he doesn't want to actually offset the recovery efforts. So what might come into play is the idea of a bit of a blueprint, a roadmap, if you will, towards taxation at the next budget, or which will be in the autumn session for the UK. So both of these are going to be the big substantial points. Now, there is really two ways you can go about it. Personally, I think the best opportunity is on the euro pound. Now, looking at the euro pound chart behind me, we have a few different places that you can put support and resistance levels at. I've picked them out at the 87,300 mark, the 86,600 mark, the 86,200, and the 85,400. Now, depending on how heavy-handed we get from Rishi, it's going to make a difference on where the taxation falls. So if we do end up getting taxation being inducted today, we have the numbers at the extreme, then you can expect to see prices generally rise on the euro pound chart. If it is the opposite scenario and it's as we are hoping for and the speculation suggests, then we will likely get a bit of a roadmap, which is going to keep investors happy enough for the time being, and we'll end up seeing the euro pound fall as the pound strengthens. So something to keep your eyes on for today's trading. Now, thinking about what might happen in today's charts, if you do have any questions about it, you've got any concerns, please feel free to shoot me an email or even a message at any of my social media channels, and I'll happily respond to you at when the time is suitable. Now, that's all I've got for today's update, but don't forget to check your economic calendars, which I've got a brief one here for you now, but it's always good just to check your own ones as well.